Dear ones, before we speak of the future, I will just give a reminder about the times that we are now in, that these times are indeed the times of the transition, meaning that the old is falling away, sometimes gracefully, sometimes not gracefully, and the new is emerging. And so this can feel very uncomfortable at times, and for some of you. And in many ways, it is likened to going through the eye of the needle, because there is much squeezing and pressure when a being goes through the birth canal. And when I say being in this instance, I am speaking of planet Earth and the conglomeration of Earth and humans and animals and all the beings on the Earth. Because you are all going through together. And so the squeezing and the pressure you will feel in your physical bodies, perhaps, your emotions, your mind. And the reason I call for focus and discipline in many conversations is because this is what will make the difference for you in how you experience this transition. So those of you who are focused on the light, those of you who are disciplined in your spiritual practices, in your practices of regulating your mind and your emotions, those of you who are exercising these disciplines to stay focused in the light and to stay focused with what you are creating, the transition will go a lot more smoothly than those of you who are allowing distractions to take space in your mind, in your heart, in your body, whatever the case may be for you individually. And to understand that this will only continue, meaning the energies will continue to get stronger, the polarity will continue to get stronger, and the need for mental, emotional, physical body disciplines will only get stronger. And so this applies to many areas of your life. Your relationships, your relationship with yourself, your relationship with food, how you nourish your body temple, the types of boundaries you set to keep yourself in the higher frequency and in the light, not allowing drama and distraction to subvert you from your path. And what I am inviting you into, dear ones, is not necessarily an easy thing, but it will make a difference in how smooth the ride is for you. And so, as always, you as humans are a choice. You have free will. You have the ability to choose how you navigate, how you use your energy, with whom you speak, how you allow people into your life, how you allow certain energies into your life, the things that you put in your bodies, all of these things, even the thoughts that you think. These are your choice. And so I invite you in each moment to continue making the choices that are most aligned to your path and to what you would like to experience on this planet. And understand also, dear ones, that when you make choices that are aligned to your soul mission, the more aligned your choices are, the more support you can receive. Now, you have support regardless of the choices that you make. But there are energy signatures when you are in the flow of your path, your mission. There are codes and energy signatures that are created and generated from within you that magnetize certain types of support that enable you to be even stronger on your path. And so in each moment, you have the opportunity to make choices that generate more support for yourself or that do the opposite. You really are very powerful, dear ones. And if I can remind you of anything today, it is of the power that you have as humans and as beings on this planet. You can claim your freedom at any time. You can live in freedom at any time. It is your choice. And the more excuses that you might make as to why you don't have freedom or why you can't live in freedom, these are reflections of what's inside of you and what needs to be healed in order for you to live in freedom. So if you find yourself having thoughts or excuses as I share this transmission, this is something for you to investigate within. As you move into January, you will continue to see turbulence in the lower frequency timeline. In the chaos timeline, there will continue to be issues with war, issues with finances in the financial sector. I'm not speaking individually, I am speaking in the corporate sense. Even in the status quo timeline, more people will begin to be affected by the transition, by the changes that are occurring. And in the transcending timeline, you can really thrive and accelerate your progress now. Keep in mind that whatever energy is being used in the lower frequency timelines, you have that same potential to harness great energy to propel you forward. You have that ability to harness the light side of things. And whatever energies you see being played out in the lower frequency timeline, you can harness the energy of the light. Remember, polarity is increasing. So as things seem darker in some sense, things are also lighter in another. And so you get to choose what you are going to play with, whether you are going to play in the energies of the dark or the light. and which energies you want to harness and use to move yourself forward. So, what I am saying is there is great potential for massive acceleration of the light. And light streams, support streams of light are continuing to come to this planet with accelerated frequency, with higher frequency. There are new portals that have opened for the light to come to planet Earth. And so this is very good news. And again, it can also feel overwhelming. And so what I invite you to do, dear ones, is to work with these streams of light, to work with your body, to ask your body, what is the most efficient way for me to integrate the light? Go ahead in this moment, dear ones. Ask your body, what is the most efficient way for me to integrate this light? Because the light will continue to increase. And it is important that you work with your body and discover ways to work with this light, to integrate it, to anchor it in, to embody it, to let it flow through you, etc. It is also important that you ask for support when you need it. Many of you whom are listening to these transmissions are working at very high levels. You are pioneers, you are working on the front lines. And so it is very typical that many of you do not have perceived support in your lives in the third dimension. But you can. And so I am inviting you to ask for more support from friends, from family, from any aligned source. But it is important that you ask. It is important that you invite it in. Dear ones, January is also a time for celebration. Many of you have been working very diligently. You have been working very hard. You have been serving humanity, supporting the planet, working to grow yourselves. And so I invite you to celebrate your progress. I invite you to celebrate the actions you have taken, the changes you have made in your lives. It is up to you to create those celebration opportunities, and the energetic support for celebration will be there when you initiate, when you take the opportunity and create the opportunity to have some celebrations in your life. In terms of the collective energy, dear ones, I will report that the collective is struggling to raise to higher frequency. And so the chaos timeline and the status quo timelines are fairly strong, stronger than we would like them to be at this time. And so it is important that those of you on the Transcending timeline continue to anchor that in, that you continue your commitment to embodying higher frequencies. Support is needed for the collective. And while it is coming from many places, including the galaxy, the universe, your solar system, etc., the most impactful support comes from the humans who are embodying higher frequencies. And I know that many of you are tired and many of you have been towing the line, so to speak. And this is why I invite you to command support into your life. And know that I am here working with you, working beside you to support the collective. And also take heart, because there are plans in place from the light that if the collective continues to struggle to raise their frequency, there are plans in place for support. And I will not share further detail at this time, but simply understand that there are options. The kingdom of heaven will not abandon the humans, regardless of the choices they make. Humanity will not be abandoned. It is important that you understand this, dear ones.
Prime Creator, can you explain more about how once we get information about how to integrate more light into our bodies, what we do? Because I heard information, but I'm not sure it was the right information.
Well, it will be different for each being because each of you are wired differently, because each of you have different portals and receptors open. The way you integrate the light will look different. As an example, for some of you, it will be to go into stillness and into quiet and meditation. For some of you, it will be to get active and move your body. For some of you, it will be to fast and not eat so much food. For others, it will be to eat certain kinds of food to help you ground. So as many different humans as there are on the planet, there are that many ways to integrate the light. Further, on different days and different moments, it may look different for one individual. So what works in one moment may not work in the next. And this is why it is so important to get to know your bodies, to get to know how to communicate with your body, to understand how your body communicates with you. And so if you are not clear on the message you received from your body, continue to work with it, continue to ask, continue to converse with your body until you understand the messages your body is giving you. I thank you for this question, dear one.
With the support, what you said, what we can do. And we did some toning. That was the second time, 5 people. We pulled up like the energy up from the ground to the chakras, the back sides, up to the crown chakra with a certain sound. And then again, at the front of the chakras, down to the base chakra. What effect does that have to the people itself involved or in other dimensions and so on, or helping Gaia and so?
Yes, beautiful, dear one. Yes, this type of thing is what I am speaking about when I refer to those of you who are working on the front lines and pulling the most weight and working for humanity. This is one of many examples of the types of things that you are doing to support the collective. The frequencies that come through sound reverberate into many dimensions. They reverberate into this universe and beyond. And so this is why the words that come out of your mouth, the sounds that emanate from your body, and the intention that you put with them is so, so important. Because what you speak impacts all life everywhere. The sounds that you make and the intentions behind them impact all life everywhere. This universe was created through sound and intention. So when you speak kindly to someone, it is a blessing. When you speak unkindly to someone, it is a curse. The frequencies that come through your voice are part of what you are emanating, and they are extremely important. Many are quite careless with how they use their voice. And so I am grateful that you asked this question, dear one, because we could talk for many, many hours about this topic. It is something that is extremely important to understand. That the frequencies you emanate with intention you are either blessing life or cursing it. And so I invite each of you to bring more conscious awareness to the frequencies that you bring through your voice. Of course, there is grace. If you say something harsh, but you do not have that intention behind it, there is grace that comes with that. But this is a call to be more mindful, to be more conscious about the frequencies that you allow to come through your voice.
Prime Creator, are there other things we can be doing to support the transcending timeline, in addition to being very careful about how we speak and continuing to do things that, anyway, if there's additional information that you could share about other things we can be doing that support the transcending timeline, that
Yes.
would be great.
The most important thing truly is to focus on yourself and your growth and working with your frequency to maintain it in the highest state possible. I will say that sometimes the service work that people are doing, thinking they are being of great service, is actually a distraction because they are not attending to their own frequency. And so it can look nice from the outside. Oh, they are doing another sound healing. Oh, they are doing another group healing call, or things of this nature. But if they are not attending to their own frequency, their own flow, then that type of service work is simply a distraction. And so the most important thing you can do to assist the transcending timeline is to assist yourself, to work with your frequency, to maintain the highest state possible, to work with the thoughts that you think, the emotions that you flow through you, the food that you put into your body, to take personal responsibility for every aspect of your life, and to raise each aspect of your life into the highest frequency possible. And as I mentioned before, I understand what I'm asking of you is not easy, but it is what will make the most difference. So I thank you for asking this question. Dear ones, I wish to remind you of your power. because I understand that it may seem like you are powerless in regards to what is unfolding on the global scale. But remember that this is not where your power lies. Your power lies within you for your life and your frequency. And when you elevate yourself in your life, that is what has the greatest impact on the collective. So yes, you can pray. Yes, you can give blessings for the collective. And all of these things are beautiful and welcomed. And again, the most important way that you can impact the collective is to embody the highest frequencies possible, to live a joyful life, to live the life that you desire, to connect with your soul and understand your soul desires, and to create your life from that place. You can generate more light within your being and emanate it out. You can be powerful when you remember who you are and you understand the power of your words, your thoughts, your actions, your feelings, the energies that you emanate from your being. This is where your power is, dear ones. It is not how good of a prayer warrior you are. It is not how good of a healer you are. It is not how well you fight the spiritual battle. It is how well do you harness your own essence and your power. How well do you embody the light and allow it to emanate from your being? How well do you harness the light to allow yourself to be strong and impactful in your own life and the people that are close to you? Sometimes it is more important to keep it tight within your own inner circle rather than to try to affect the frequency of the entire collective. This can be a waste of energy. But when you can empower a friend or a family member, the ripple effect of this is often greater than when you simply beam light out into the collective. Because as another person is empowered and they embody more light, you create a grid, a network of light around you. And this then in turn supports you, and it supports those who begin to light up from within. And I share this message because many of you whom are listening are healers, light workers. You do much to work with affecting and impacting the collective. And I invite you to reevaluate how you have been using your energy to see if it is truly effective in creating change on this planet. So I will leave you with this invitation to evaluate how you use your light, how you use your power. Is it effective and efficient? Is it making the difference that you think that it is? And I am in no way bringing judgment or condemnation or anything of this nature. This is simply an invitation because I want you to understand how your energy works and how it is impacting. And when you continually hold yourself responsible, this is the greatest impact that you can make. It is very easy to externalize. It is a distraction, even sometimes, as I mentioned, to do lots of light work or grid work. And sometimes the best thing is to focus on yourself, to boost your light quotient continually. That is not selfish. That is becoming the strongest beacon that you can. And this is of great service. And I thank you, dear ones. I thank you. Wow. Well, wow. I guess I'm integrating the invitation from Prime Creator, and I will certainly look into myself to see if I need to change anything with how I use my energy. That was an interesting invitation that I, didn't expect. So thank you, Prime Creator, for that. And I just want to thank you all, not just for watching these videos, but I know a lot of you who engage with this content, you really are committed and working towards, assisting this planet and helping everything transition in the best possible way. And I can feel the desires of your hearts to make this world a better place. And I really, really appreciate you. And I want you to know that I see you and I love you and I'm grateful for you. Thank you for being here on this planet with me. And if you need support, I do offer one-on-one mentorships. So that's something that we could do together if you want more support on your journey. And again, thank you so much for engaging with this content, for taking it in, for working with it and becoming a stronger light on this planet. I appreciate you.